Become a member and watch the next episode before it drops. Thank you. Xiao Yan could finally give Kai Lin an answer. Before coming to the Myriad Pill continent, Kai Lin had entrusted him with a task. He had to find a top-tier medicinal pill capable of curing Xiao. If the soul-warming pill Xiao Yan obtained earlier could be considered a fine medicine, then what appeared now was nothing short of a divine one. If you enjoy my way of explaining and storytelling, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really motivates me to keep creating. Continuing from before, within the vast planar world, tens of thousands of people formed a massive circle, leaving a wide empty space at its center. Inside that space, 11 figures stood quietly. 9 of them were the super alchemists who had survived 4 rounds of elimination in this myriad pill assembly. The remaining 2 were the hosts Gao Yuan and Dan Yu. The final elimination round begins now, Dan Yu said, as he looked at Xiao Yan and the others. What you need to do is present the effects and grade of your pill. The final champion will be chosen by us. If there are no further questions, you may begin presenting your pills. As his voice fell, the crowd outside immediately focused their attention on the arena. Everyone instinctively fell silent, afraid of disturbing the 9 contestants. Dan Yu did not designate anyone to go first, so it depended entirely on their initiative. But since this was the final round, everyone was cautious. After about a minute of waiting, someone finally stepped forward. It was the current sect master of the Myriad Valley sect, Wangu Yao Huang. Under countless curious gazes, he revealed a brown medicinal pill. This is one of the 3 supreme clan pills of the Myriad Valley sect, the Desolate Heaven pill. While it does not reach the perfect heavenly pill level, it surpasses ordinary great heavenly pills. It requires 1,000 death spirit herbs, 10 desolate beast hearts, and the blood of desert king insects to refine. He continued, it took nearly 16 months to complete. For a lower earth sovereign cultivating desolate energy, this pill offers over an 80% chance of breakthrough. The crowd gasped in shock. An 80% breakthrough rate that was almost unimaginable. At the Earth Sovereign level, the chance of advancing further was usually less than 1 in 5. If this pill appeared in a top-tier auction, it would easily be worth over 300 million sovereign spiritual liquids. Just then, a calm chuckle echoed across the arena. All eyes turned toward the source. A young man stepped forward. He was Xiao Wufeng, the young clan leader of the Xuanfu clan. Rumors spread instantly through the crowd. That's Xie Wufeng, the once-in-a-century genius of the Xuanfu clan. He reached the sovereign realm at 20 and refined a mysterious pill, then disappeared for 5 years. When he returned, he could already refine true heavenly pills. Hearing the noise, Xiao Yan simply smiled faintly. He had previously passed through the Xuanfu domain, yet never knew such a figure existed. Wangu Yao Huang narrowed his eyes slightly. So you're the Xuanfu clan's young leader. I'm curious, what kind of pill will the greatest genius of your clan in hundreds of years present? Xiao Wufeng raised his hand. As the pill appeared, a vast, overwhelming energy wave surged outward like a tidal flood engulfing the entire arena. Dan Yu's eyes sharpened instantly. Such energy upon manifestation. This should be a support-type pill, correct? Xiao Wufeng nodded. This pill is called the Supreme Spirit Pill. For those below the Sovereign Realm, it doubles their strength for 30 minutes. For lower and upper Earth sovereigns, it boosts their power by over 1 times for more than 10 minutes. The only side effect is 3 days of weakness afterward, no lasting harm. Silence fell. Then, the crowd erupted. Compared to the Desolate Heaven Pill, this Supreme Spirit Pill was clearly superior in practical combat value. Xiao Yang glanced at Wangu Yao Huang. The latter's expression had turned extremely grim. It was obvious Xiao Wufeng had deliberately overshadowed him. And from Xiao Yan's perspective, Wangu Yao Huang had indeed lost. Haha, Xiao Wufeng, you truly deserve your title as the most outstanding talent of the Xuanfu clan in centuries. To refine a perfect-grade heavenly pill at your age, this old man admires you. A voice filled with appreciation rang out. Everyone turned toward the speaker. It was not Wangu Yao Huang, but an elderly man in white robes with a long white beard. He was Elder Ming Jiuhe, a heavenly ranked elder from the Ming clan. Like the Xuanfu clan, the Ming clan was one of the three great clans of the Myriad Pill continent, second only to the Pill God clan. "You flatter me," Elder Xiao Wufeng replied calmly. "You need not be modest," Ming Jiuhe said. "I have already determined that I am out of the competition." Xiao Wufeng frowned slightly. "You haven't even presented your pill yet. How can you be sure?" Ming Jiuhe flipped his palm. A pill appeared instantly. "This is the soul-nurturing pill. It was originally a great heavenly pill, but after 1.5 years of refinement, I pushed it to the threshold of a perfect heavenly pill. However, it is still not a true perfect grade pill. Its effect is to repair damage to the soul, essentially a rebirth herb for the divine soul." The alchemists in the audience were stunned. A pill capable of repairing soul damage that was extraordinarily rare. And the fact that Ming Jiuhe had elevated it close to perfect grade spoke volumes about his mastery. If he had started with a perfect heavenly pill formula, he might have surpassed Xiao Wufeng. But as it stood, the gap remained. Many in the crowd sighed in regret at his withdrawal. But Xiao Yan smiled. At this moment his heart was surging with excitement, because this pill was exactly what he needed. Before coming here, Kai Lin had specifically instructed him to find a pill capable of healing Xiao. The soul-warming pill he obtained earlier was only at the divine pill level. But this was a quasi-perfect heavenly pill, a realm that stood just beneath true perfection, yet far beyond ordinary limits. How could he possibly remain calm? For a fleeting moment, a surge of excitement flickered across Xiao Yan's eyes. It was not merely desire, it was a deep, burning determination that had been buried within him for far too long. Yet, he did not move. His fingers tightened slightly, then relaxed once more. Xiao Yan understood the rules of the Myriad Pill Assembly all too clearly. Each participant could only take away a single pill. No more. No exceptions. And so after only a brief hesitation, he made his decision. He would wait until the competition concluded. Then he would seek out Ming Jiuhe and obtain the soul-nurturing pill through trade, no matter the price. Because that pill was not for power, not for cultivation, but for her. If he succeeded, then when he returned, he would finally be able to stand before Kai Lin and give her the answer he had owed for so long. An answer that carried years of longing regret and unwavering resolve. A promise. At that thought, the restless flames within Xiao Yan's heart gradually settled, condensing into something far colder and far more resolute. He slowly raised his head, and at that very moment, countless gazes converged upon him. Inside the arena, outside the arena, every eye locked onto the figure of the Flame Emperor, and then onto the pill in his hand. A pitch-black pill, silent, still, devoid of any aura, without even the faintest trace of medicinal fragrance. For a brief instant, the entire arena fell into a strange silence. Then, confusion spread, shock followed, because no matter how they examined it, there was nothing, nothing at all. And it was precisely this nothing that made it the most unsettling of all. Even the spectators outside the arena could not help but freeze in place. No fluctuations, no presence, no sign of life, yet it rested calmly in Xiao Yan's palm, as if it transcended all understanding. And thus, both those inside and outside the arena were momentarily stunned. Previously, the final elimination round of the pill gathering was still ongoing. After Ming Jiuhe voluntarily withdrew, he left the arena and, along with the other alchemists, became a spectator watching the competition continue. His departure also left the Eternal Medicine Emperor in an awkward position, forcing him to abandon his bid for the championship as well. Now only 6 participants remained in the arena. At this moment, the ruler of the Xuantian continent, King Xuan Lu Yu, stepped forward. Holding a palm-sized black cauldron, he smiled and said, "Everyone, my apologies. The championship of this pill gathering belongs to me." Hearing his arrogant declaration, all eyes both inside and outside the arena fell upon the small black cauldron in his hand. Under countless expectant gazes, King Xuanlu Yu slowly lifted the lid. A terrifying aura instantly surged out from within. With a wave of his hand, the black cauldron was thrown into the air and rapidly expanded, growing to several hundred jang in size in the blink of an eye. A figure then flew out and landed beside him. The pill I refined is myself. 2 years ago, I split my divine soul into 2 parts. One part separated from my body, and using it as a foundation, I applied the art of human refinement to forge it into another complete version of myself. After hearing this explanation, Dan Yu spoke. You've pushed the art of human refinement to its absolute limit. If what you say is true, then your attainment in alchemy has indeed surpassed us. I've long heard that King Xuanlu Yu is proficient in this technique. Coincidentally, I have some mastery in it as well. Suddenly, a calm female voice interrupted him. All eyes turned. The speaker was Huo Tianyang of the Flame Spirit Clan. At that moment, the dark red pill beside her began to deform, eventually transforming into a man clad in flame robes. The moment he appeared, an overwhelming heat erupted like a volcanic explosion, engulfing the entire arena and forcing back the terrifying aura brought by King Xuanlu Yu. The 2 forces clashed violently in mid-air, forming a perfect stalemate. Clearly, the pill refined by Huo Tianyang had also produced a pill spirit from a perfect heavenly pill, its power no weaker than that of King Xuanlu Yu. Elsewhere, when Xiao Yan witnessed the birth of 2 perfect heavenly pills, something deep within him stirred. The calm that had lingered in his veins for so long began to shatter, replaced by a rising tide of heat and anticipation. His blood boiled not from fear, but from excitement. 2 years. 2 years of seclusion, of tempering his body, refining his soul, and pushing the limits of alchemy beyond conventional boundaries. And now, the moment had finally come. His gaze slowly lowered to the black pill resting in his palm. It lay there quietly, unassuming, devoid of aura, without even the faintest trace of medicinal fragrance. Yet Xiao Yan's eyes flickered with a profound certainty. This was not emptiness. This was perfection concealed, the culmination of everything he had achieved. A faint smile curved upon his lips. Ha ha. If we're talking about refining humans, then I suppose I should join in as well. His voice was calm, yet carried an undeniable confidence. He took a step forward, but just as he was about to move, a thunderous laugh suddenly exploded across the arena like a bolt of lightning tearing through the sky. Ha ha ha. The sound was wild, unrestrained, filled with a savage ferocity that made even the surrounding space tremble. Immediately, countless heads snapped toward its source. From within the arena, a figure slowly stepped forward. A suffocating aura of bloodlust and brutality radiated from his body, as though he had crawled out from a sea of corpses. Wherever he passed, even the spiritual energy in the air seemed to recoil. It's him, the Blood Pill King, the ruler of the Southern Pill Domain. Whispers rippled across the crowd. The Blood Pill King stood tall, his eyes gleaming with a mad crimson light. Without haste, he raised his hand. For a brief moment, everything seemed to fall silent. Then, he clenched his fist. Boom! An overwhelming surge of blood-colored spiritual energy erupted from his body like a raging storm. It roared into the sky, churning violently, carrying with it an indescribable killing intent and destructive force. The heavens themselves seemed to darken. The ground trembled. The air twisted. In an instant, the balance that had just formed between King Xuanlu Yu and Huo Tianyang was shattered. The battlefield in the sky shifted from a stalemate into a 3-way confrontation. 3 terrifying forces collided and resisted one another, their energies grinding against each other with deafening force. At the center of it all, the Blood Pill King slowly spread his arms as if embracing the chaos he had created. A twisted grin stretched across his face. The pill I refined over the past 2 years. He paused, his voice low and heavy, yet carrying across the entire arena, is also myself. The crowd fell into stunned silence. During these 2 years, I sacrificed multiple great heavenly pills. His eyes flashed with madness, each one a stepping stone, each one devoured. And in the end, his aura surged once more, even more violent than before. I refined my own existence into a perfect heavenly pill. Boom! The energy around him erupted again, sending shockwaves through the sky. The pressure was suffocating, terrifying, absolute. And this? He slowly raised his head, his gaze sweeping across the arena like a predator surveying its prey. Is the power you now witness? The Blood Pill King laughed wildly as he looked at the surrounding crowd. Since everyone has revealed their trump cards, I won't hold back either. At that moment, the voice of Fan Wang from the Divine Medicine sect rang out. He stepped forward holding a crimson jade bottle. Tilting it slightly, 6 drops of blood-red liquid flowed out and hovered before him. An intoxicating medicinal fragrance spread instantly, covering a radius of several thousand zhang in the blink of an eye. What is that? Heavenly Spirit saliva. The Divine Medicine sect is really going all out. Someone in the arena recognized it and exclaimed in shock. Hearing this, those outside the arena were confused. What exactly is Heavenly Spirit saliva? Does anyone know? This thing has quite a background. You've heard of the ancient pill scripture, right? Heavenly Spirit saliva is one of the 100 supreme divine medicines recorded within it, said to be a miraculous liquid capable of transformation. As discussions spread like wildfire, information about the Heavenly Spirit saliva quickly circulated. Upon learning its effects, no one could remain calm. The ancient pill scripture was in existence on par with the ancient divine canon. As one of its recorded divine medicines, Heavenly Spirit saliva posed a true threat to the previously balanced three-way standoff. Everyone Heavenly Spirit saliva is the treasured heirloom of our divine medicine sect. Today I present it as a surprise. Fan Wang cupped his hands politely, but his next words shocked everyone even further. However, I have an even greater surprise. There is another page of the ancient pill scripture here in this arena. I'm right, aren't I? Miss Liu Xuan. Fan Wang looked toward Liu Xuan, a faint smile appearing on his face. Hearing this, Liu Xuan's expression turned serious. She could not understand how Fan Wang had discovered her secret, but she no longer hid it. With a flick of her hand, a crystal-clear pill appeared. So it's finally appeared. Xiao stared at the transparent pill, sensing a mysterious power within it that calmed all disturbances. He quickly deduced how Fan Wang had learned of Liu Xuan's possession of the ancient pill scripture. Half a year ago, Liu Xuan and Dan Linger were pursued by the Divine Medicine sect in the Zhuanfu domain. The young master of the sect had been severely injured by Xiao. Clearly, the incident had already been reported to the higher-ups. Naturally, Liu Xian's possession of a page of the ancient pill scripture was also exposed. What puzzled Xiao, however, was why Fan Wang, as the Grand Elder, had not held him accountable for injuring their young master. The pill I refined is called the Heavenly Lotus Creation Pill. Under everyone's expectant gaze, Liu Xuan finally revealed its name. At once the crowd understood. The Heavenly Lotus Creation Pill, a supreme heavenly pill created by a grandmaster alchemist of the Great Thousand World during the ancient cataclysmic war. Though not a saint pill, it surpassed ordinary perfect heavenly pills. Its purpose was not to elevate cultivation levels, but to grant the user ultimate purification power, making it highly effective against the extraterritorial races. It was created specifically to resist those foreign invaders. With Liu Xuan revealing her pill, the pill gathering had effectively reached its final climax. And yet it was not over, because one person had yet to reveal his pill. That person was Xiao, the Flame Emperor Lord of Dao City. As countless gazes converged upon him, both from within the arena and from thousands of zhang away outside it, Xiao finally stepped forward. Under everyone's watchful eyes, he slowly opened his palm. A completely black pill appeared. Seeing it, everyone froze once again, because the pill in Xiaoyan's hand had no energy fluctuations, and not even the slightest trace of medicinal fragrance. Become a member and watch the next episode before it drops. Thank you.